Chosen one, can I have just 1 minute of your time? Not an hour, and not a commitment you are not ready to make, and not a version of yourself you have not yet become. Just 1 minute, right now, exactly as you are. That is all I am asking for, and I promise you it is worth it. I know how many things are pulling at you today. I know the list in your head that never fully empties. I know the weight you woke up with this morning that you have been carrying so long it has started to feel like just a normal part of existing. I know you have given your attention to 100 different things already today, and most of them gave you very little back. I am not asking you to add one more thing to an already full life. I am asking you to pause the full life for 60 seconds and let me say something to you that I have been waiting to say. Because what I have for you in this minute is not more noise, it is the opposite of noise. It is the thing underneath all the noise that you have been trying to get to without knowing that is what you are looking for. Stay here, just for right now, just for this 1 minute. I think you will find it was the most worthwhile minute of your entire day. Type, "I am giving you this minute, God," in the comments right now. Make that your yes before we go any further. Chosen one, the reason I am asking instead of demanding is because I have never wanted anything from you that you did not freely give. That has always been how this works between us. I do not take, I receive. And what I receive from you when you give it willingly means something completely different than anything I could require from you. So I am asking, can you give me 1 minute? Can you set down everything else and just be here with me for 60 seconds and let me speak into the place in you that everything else has been unable to reach? I think you already know the answer, or you would not still be here. Something in you said yes before your mind had time to talk you out of it. That something is the part of you I have been trying to reach all along, the part that exists underneath the busyness and the performance and the managed version of yourself that you show to the world. The real part, the honest part, the part that knows something is missing even when it cannot name exactly what. That part said yes, and I am so glad it did. Chosen one, I want to tell you what I see when I look at your life right now, because I think the picture you are carrying of yourself and the picture I am looking at are very different from each other. You see what has not come together yet, the things you prayed for that have not arrived, the version of yourself you intended to be by now that has not fully materialized, the gap between where you are and where you thought you would be. You have been measuring your life against that gap, and the measurement has not been kind to you. When I look at you, I do not see the gap. I see what it took to keep going across it. I see every morning you chose to get up when staying down felt more honest. I see every moment you chose not to let what hurt you turn you into someone who hurts others. I see every prayer you prayed that you never told anyone about, and every season you endured that nobody around you fully understood. I see the texture of a life that has been through real things and come out the other side still soft enough to feel and still open enough to hope. That is not failure dressed up in spiritual language. That is the formation of someone who is being prepared for something that requires exactly what you have been through to build it. And what you are being prepared for is closer than the gap has been making it feel. I needed you to know that in this minute, because you have been too hard on yourself for too long, and the harshness has been costing you things I never intended for you to lose. Chosen one, here is what I want to do with this minute you have given me. I want to reach the place in you that has been waiting to be reached, not the surface and not the version that shows up for other people, the real interior place where the unspoken things live, where the grief sits that never fully resolved, where the question lives that you stopped asking out loud because asking felt like it confirmed the worst fears, where the hope has gotten quieter than it used to be, and you are not entirely sure how to get the volume back. I have been trying to get to that place for a long time, and everything that kept getting in the way was not you resisting me. It was just life being loud in the way life gets loud, the demands and the distractions and the pace of it all. None of that is your fault, but right now, in this minute, everything is a little quieter than it usually is, and I have a direct line to the place I have been trying to reach, and I am not going to waste it. So here is what I want to say to that place, the real interior place in you that has been waiting. You are not forgotten, not by me, and not in the plan I have for your life, and not in the specific details of what you have been believing for. I have not moved on from your prayers. I have not reassigned your purpose to someone who showed up more consistently. I have not looked at the distance that has grown between us in this season and decided you were too far gone to be worth reaching. I am here asking for 1 minute because you have never stopped being worth reaching to me, not for a single moment of any season you have ever walked through.
As it is written, can a mother forget the baby at her breast and have no compassion on the child she has borne? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. Isaiah 49:15. That is not a comparison I make lightly. I am saying that the most primal and unbreakable form of love that exists in human experience is still less certain than the love I have for you. You are written on my hands. You are in my constant awareness. You have never once left my sight. Type, God, I know you have not forgotten me in the comments. Say it as the beginning of believing it again. Chosen one, I want to talk to the transformation that is available to you in this minute, because the title of this message is not exaggeration. 1 minute with me can do what months of everything else could not. Not because there is magic in the duration, but because of what happens when you stop and get honest and let me actually reach the places in you that have been closed off. Transformation does not always begin with a dramatic moment. It often begins with a single honest pause, a moment where you stop performing and stop managing and stop filling the space with everything except what the space is actually asking for. A moment where you get quiet enough to feel the pull that has been there underneath everything, and you follow it instead of pushing past it. A moment exactly like this one. The thief on the cross next to me did not have years of faithful living to offer. He had one honest moment, one turn toward me in the final hour, and what I gave him in return for that one moment was everything. Today you will be with me in paradise. Luke 23:43. I did not require a track record. I required a turn, and what became available to him in a single moment of honest turning was more than he could have built in a lifetime of trying on his own. I am not comparing your situation to his. I am showing you how quickly things can shift when the turning happens. You have been trying to build momentum through effort, and the effort has been exhausting you because the foundation it needs to rest on has not been fully in place. One honest return to me reestablishes that foundation in a way that no amount of effort can replicate. And from that foundation, everything else you have been trying to build has somewhere solid to stand.
This minute can be that moment if you let it. Chosen one, let me tell you what the enemy has been doing with the pace of your life, because I think understanding it changes how you respond to it. He does not need to attack you directly when he can simply keep you moving fast enough
that you never stop long enough to hear me. He does not need to steal your faith outright when he can just fill every quiet moment with something else so that the quiet never actually arrives. He does not need to convince you to walk away from me when he can simply keep you distracted enough that walking toward me never makes it to the top of your priority list. Busyness is one of his most effective tools, not because it is evil in itself, but because it creates the exact conditions where the most important things never get attention. And the most important thing in your life is your connection to me, because everything else that matters flows from that. The peace and the clarity and the strength and the sense of direction and the ability to love people well and the resilience that allows you to keep going when keeping going is hard. All of it is downstream of closeness with me, and all of it has been thinner lately because the connection has been thinner, and the connection has been thinner because the pace has left no room for it. This minute is you taking back something the enemy has been stealing through distraction. This minute is you saying that the most important thing is going to get time today, even if it is just 60 seconds. And I am meeting you in those 60 seconds with everything you need to remember why this connection is the thing your whole life actually runs on. Stay with me. We are almost at the end of this minute, and I do not want to waste a single second of it. Chosen one, here is what I need you to carry with you when this minute is over. Not a feeling that will fade by tonight, and not a resolution that will lose its energy by the end of the week. A truth, something solid enough to stand on when everything else is shifting. The truth is this: every single minute you give me, I will use. Not every hour, and not every perfect quiet morning, and not the minutes where you show up with everything sorted out. Every minute. The distracted one, and the tired one, and the one where your faith is barely above a whisper, and the one where you are not entirely sure you believe what you are praying. I will use every single one of them, because I am not looking for your performance, I am looking for your presence. And presence can happen in 60 seconds, just as surely as it can happen in 60 minutes. You do not need to overhaul your life to get back to closeness with me. You need to give me 1 minute. And then tomorrow, give me 1 minute again. And then the day after that. And watch what happens in a life where God gets 1 honest minute every single day. Watch what gets rebuilt and what gets restored and what opens and what arrives and what finally makes sense that has not made sense in a long time. It starts with this minute, the one you are in right now, the one you almost scrolled past but did not, because something in you said yes before you had time to think about it. That something was right. This minute was worth it, and so are you. As it is written, draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. James 4:8. 1 step, 1 minute, 1 honest turning. That is all it takes to close the distance, and everything I have for you lives on the other side of that closing. If this minute reached something real inside of you, press the like button right now, not for the platform, but as your declaration that you received what God had for you in this moment. Type Amen in the comments, because something in what was said today landed in the exact place it was meant to land, and you know it. Think about one person in your life who needs to be reminded today that they are worth 1 minute of God's time. Someone who has been feeling invisible and forgotten, and like the pace of their life has left no room for anything that actually matters. Share this with them right now.
The fact that they just came to your mind is not random. I am trying to reach them, and I am asking you to be the one who gets this to them. Subscribe to this channel because these messages are not created to fill space. They are prepared for real people in real moments who need to hear from God in a way that actually reaches them where they are and not just where they wish they were. And if you want more than 1 minute and you want something personal and specific to exactly where you are right now, the link in the description is there for you. Daily messages prepared for the season you are actually in and not just the season you are hoping to get to. Chosen one, thank you for this minute. I know it is not nothing to stop in the middle of a full life and give your attention to something that asks you to be still. I do not take that lightly, and I want you to know that what you brought into this minute, even if it was just uncertainty and a willingness to try, was enough. It has always been enough. Give me 1 minute tomorrow and the day after that, and watch what I do with every single one of them. Type Amen if you stayed until the end. The ones who stay are always the ones I am already moving toward, and I have been moving toward you every single day without missing one.